Hello, damsels. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Have you ever wondered why society struggles to accept those who don't conform to its expectations? Let's dive into the world of Sigma females, women who live authentically and independently, yet find themselves at odds with the societal norms that most people cling to. What is it about their refusal to fit into predefined roles that makes others uncomfortable? How do their unique traits and behaviors challenge the status quo, and why do normal people wish they would just blend in? Let's explore the unvarnished truth about the pressures and misunderstandings Sigma females face in a world that demands conformity. Now let's discuss this, shall we? Number 1, participation in social rituals. Sigma females often find social rituals pointless and draining. They bypass small talk for deep conversations, making others feel unsettled. It's like bringing a healthy salad to a dessert potluck, refreshing but unexpected. Most people find comfort in these predictable rituals. They appreciate the routine of polite exchanges, even if they're superficial. Then the Sigma female arrives, suggesting a shift to profound discussions, which can feel as abrupt as switching from a sitcom to a documentary. Imagine a networking event where instead of casual chatter, the Sigma female dives into topics like the meaning of life. It's intriguing but mentally taxing for those who just want to swap business cards and keep things light. People often wish Sigma females would follow the usual social norms, not because they don't value depth, but because sometimes they just want to enjoy the familiar routine. Constant deep conversations can be overwhelming, like having steak at every meal when sometimes a simple snack would do. When Sigma females skip the standard social games, it disrupts the easy flow of interactions. People prefer sticking to the script for simplicity's sake, saving the heavy discussions for another time. It's not about dismissing the Sigma female's insights. It's about maintaining the ease and comfort of traditional social rituals. Number 2, acceptance of mediocrity. Sigma females excel at aiming high and hitting their targets with precision, which can make others feel like they're stuck on the ground floor of a skyscraper. This relentless pursuit of excellence highlights a stark contrast. While many are content to stay within their comfort zones, Sigma females are out there pushing boundaries and smashing goals. This drive for greatness can be intimidating. It's like being at a potluck where everyone brings store-bought cookies, and the Sigma female shows up with a gourmet 3-tier cake she baked from scratch. Suddenly, those cookies don't seem so impressive. The presence of someone so dedicated to excellence makes it hard for others to ignore their own complacency. People naturally gravitate toward comfort and familiarity. Mediocrity feels safe and non-threatening, but when a Sigma female consistently raises the bar, it disrupts this cozy equilibrium. Folks might secretly wish she'd tone it down a bit, maybe just bring some basic brownies next time so they can go back to feeling good about their store-bought cookies. It's not that people don't appreciate excellence, they just don't want to be constantly reminded of their own shortcomings. So there's this underlying hope that Sigma females would take a chill pill, blend in a bit, and stop making everyone else look like they're phoning it in. After all, nobody likes feeling like they're competing in the Olympics when they're really just trying to enjoy a nice, leisurely picnic. Number 3, moderation in passion and ambition. Sigma females often dive into their passions and ambitions with an intensity that can make others feel like they're cruising in the slow lane on a racetrack. They operate on a different frequency, one that's laser-focused and relentless. Meanwhile, normal people might feel more comfortable taking the scenic route at a steady pace. When a Sigma female's drive makes everyone else feel like slackers at a motivational seminar, the natural reaction is to wish she'd dial it back a notch. It's not just about feeling inadequate, though let's be honest, nobody enjoys being shown up, but also about maintaining a sense of balance and normalcy. Witnessing such overachieving energy can be as exhausting as it is inspiring. People might secretly wish she'd take a break, maybe even develop a mild Netflix addiction just to be more relatable. It's like hoping the universe would mix in a few commercial breaks during her 24/7 action-packed blockbuster. After all, if everyone else is sipping their morning coffee, they don't want to feel guilty for not having conquered a mountain or written a novel before breakfast. So there's a collective, often unspoken desire for the Sigma female to tone it down, blend in a bit more, and stop making everyone else feel like they're on an extended lunch break. Hello damsels, please help us out by sharing this video with your friends. Watch till the end, drop your thoughts in the comments, and give us a thumbs up if you liked it. If you haven't subscribed yet, join our community of like-minded Sigma damsels. Your support keeps us bringing you unfiltered insights and real talk. Now let's continue our video. Number 4, participation in gossip and drama. Sigma females typically avoid gossip and drama, opting instead for more meaningful conversations. For them, gossiping is like eating junk food, satisfying in the moment, but ultimately unhealthy and unfulfilling. However, most people find comfort and camaraderie in these activities, using them as a way to bond over shared secrets and whispered speculations. At a social gathering where everyone's eagerly discussing the latest office scandal or celebrity mishap, the Sigma female is likely in the corner, reading a book or pondering life's bigger questions. Her disinterest in gossip can make others feel judged, even if she's just genuinely not interested. It's like everyone's enjoying a guilty pleasure and she's there reminding them of their overdue gym memberships. People often wish Sigma females would just join in the drama, not to bring them down, but to feel more included and less awkward. It's like wanting someone to eat the same junk food as you so you don't feel so bad about it. When Sigma females opt out, it creates a disconnect, making everyone else feel like they're on different wavelengths. Engaging in a bit of harmless gossip is seen by many as a way to unwind and bond. They're not looking for deep philosophical discussions all the time. They just want to laugh over someone's ridiculous outfit or speculate about a colleague's mysterious absence. A Sigma female who doesn't participate can feel like a wet blanket on their fun, even though she's just being true to herself. The hope is that Sigma females would loosen up a bit, share a laugh over the latest ridiculous rumor, and help keep the social wheels turning. It's not about changing who they are, but about making those around them feel more comfortable and connected, even if it means indulging in a little light-hearted gossip now and then. Number 5, suppression of authentic self. Society tends to reward conformity and penalize those who stand out. Sigma females, with their commitment to authenticity over acceptance, often find themselves in a tough spot. Their refusal to play along with social norms can be either refreshing or jarring. When a Sigma female enters a room, she's not there to fit in or fake it. Her genuine presence can feel like a breath of fresh air or a sudden shock to the system. While others are content with social pleasantries, she shows up in her unique style, making conventional behaviors seem dull by comparison. Her authenticity can make others uncomfortable, revealing their own facades. This often leads people to wish she'd conform a bit just to avoid confronting their own superficialities. So while Sigma females might disrupt social norms, they're simply being themselves. Their authenticity is a breath of fresh air, but it also makes others question their own choices, something most prefer to avoid. Number 6, conformity over individuality. Society has a quirky tendency to reward those who blend in and penalize those who dare to stand out. Sigma females, with their unwavering commitment to authenticity, often find themselves in a bit of a bind. They prioritize being true to themselves over fitting in, and this doesn't always sit well with the crowd. When a Sigma female enters a room, she isn't there to play the expected role. She has no interest in fake smiles or hollow compliments. This can be as refreshing as a cool breeze on a scorching day, or as startling as discovering a spider in your shoe. Most people are accustomed to a certain level of social pretense, and when someone refuses to engage in it, it throws them off balance. Imagine everyone else wearing the metaphorical uniform of social niceties and small talk, while the Sigma female shows up in her own unique attire, unapologetically herself. It's like wearing a vibrant, polka-dotted dress to an all-black tie event. Sure, it's bold and honest, but it also makes everyone else's black suits look a bit dull. This dedication to authenticity can make others feel exposed. When someone is so real, it forces those around them to confront their own facades. It's like holding up a mirror and seeing not just yourself, but the masks you wear. Naturally, the reaction is often to wish the Sigma female would just tone it down and conform, making everyone else feel more comfortable in their social uniforms. So, while Sigma females might be seen as disruptors of social harmony, they're really just being true to themselves. In a world that often values conformity over individuality, their authenticity is both a breath of fresh air and a bit of a social hiccup. People wish Sigma females would conform, not because they don't admire their authenticity, but because it makes them question their own. And questioning your own authenticity before your morning coffee is a challenge most would rather avoid. Number 7, compliance with social etiquette. Sigma females see social etiquette as flexible guidelines rather than strict rules. They might skip small talk, ignore dress codes, or choose honesty over politeness, making everyone else feel like they're hosting a dinner party with a wildcard guest. People who've memorized the social rule book often wish Sigma females would follow the script to avoid awkwardness. For most, social etiquette is the oil that keeps interactions running smoothly. When Sigma females toss the manual, it's like putting grape jelly in the gas tank. Different, but confusing and messy. People like predictability. A simple "how are you" should be met with "fine thanks," not a deep dive into existential dread. Etiquette can seem pointless to Sigma females who value authenticity over superficial niceties. But for everyone else, these rituals are comforting, like a familiar board game where everyone knows the rules. When a Sigma female makes her own moves, it disrupts the flow and leaves others scrambling to adapt. People wish Sigma females would play along with social cues, not because they don't appreciate their authenticity, but to make interactions less like a roller coaster and more like a gentle stroll. It's about reducing social friction and making everyone feel comfortable, even if it means sticking to the basic "hi, how are you" script. There's a hope that Sigma females will occasionally nod to usual etiquette to avoid turning every gathering into an unpredictable adventure. Number 8, transparency in intentions and actions, Sigma. Females can be like those mysterious movie characters who keep their cards close, leaving everyone guessing about their next move. Their reserved and enigmatic nature makes others feel like they're playing a game without knowing the rules. Most people crave transparency and straightforwardness, wanting to know exactly where they stand and what's going on. This lack of transparency can be as frustrating as trying to read a book with half the pages missing. People like to understand motives and actions. It helps them feel secure and in control. When a Sigma female doesn't lay all her cards on the table, it's like navigating a maze blindfolded. Folks just want to see the whole map, even if it's messy, rather than piecing together cryptic clues. It's like dealing with someone who speaks in riddles when you're just trying to have a straightforward conversation. You ask a simple question and get an answer that feels like deciphering an ancient prophecy. While this mysteriousness adds to the Sigma female's allure, it can also drive people nuts. They just want a clear answer, not a puzzle to solve. People often wish Sigma females would be more open and direct. It would make interactions smoother and less mentally exhausting. It's not about changing who they are, but about meeting others halfway and making life a bit less like a suspense thriller and more like a cozy, predictable sitcom. And number 9, adherence to gender roles. Sigma females see traditional gender roles as a stifling constraint, preferring to forge their own paths rather than adhere to outdated expectations. While society often expects women to be nurturing and accommodating, Sigma females pursue their goals unapologetically, which can be both refreshing and disruptive. Most people find comfort in these predictable roles as they provide a clear script for social interactions. But when a Sigma female deviates from the norm, it's like throwing off the entire playbook, leaving others feeling disoriented. In social settings where women are often expected to mediate conflicts, Sigma females might instead call out issues directly, which can be jarring. It's like introducing an unexpected element into a well-ordered routine, challenging deeply held norms. People might wish Sigma females would conform to traditional roles to keep things comfortable and familiar. It's not about resisting change, but about maintaining ease in social dynamics. When Sigma females reject these roles, they force a reevaluation of societal expectations, even if it means a bit of social upheaval. Number 10, validation of social beliefs. Sigma females don't just follow the crowd, they blaze their own trails, guided by a strong moral compass and unique values. While admirable, this can make others feel silently judged, like having a health nut friend at a junk food convention, making everyone clutching their cheeseburgers self-conscious. People might feel more at ease if Sigma females occasionally bent their principles to fit in. When everyone dives into office gossip or bends the rules, the Sigma female's refusal to compromise can be a buzzkill. It's not that they don't respect her integrity, they just wish she'd dial it down so they don't have to scrutinize their own actions. Imagine a workplace where cutting corners is the norm. The Sigma female, adhering strictly to the rules, highlights everyone else's shortcuts and shoddy work. People start feeling like they're under a microscope, even if she's not actively calling them out. In social settings, it's the same. If a Sigma female avoids harmless pranks or white lies, her friends might wish she'd join in for camaraderie. It's like everyone's playing a light-hearted game, and she insists on sticking to the official rule book, making the game less fun. People secretly wish Sigma females would sometimes set aside their rigid principles and join the collective gray areas. It's not about losing integrity, but making others feel less like they're failing an invisible moral test. When Sigma females stick to their guns, it can make others feel perpetually in the wrong, under an uncomfortable spotlight. Sometimes people just want to enjoy their metaphorical junk food without the side order of guilt. Thanks, damsels, for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye and stay blessed.